All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Von and Ruby. We hope y'all had a good time watching those episodes of Love After Lockup. But now we finna get into the 90-Day Fiance. Yeah. Y'all ready? You ready?
Yep, we ready.
We're gonna start off with Shekinah and Sarper. Y'all believe this? They don't have no content. I don't believe they have nothing to talk about.
No.
Like, why aren't they going on dates, showing us their living situation, hanging out, what it's like, bonding with their dogs? I mean, what else do we see people do? Overcome challenges. They have made up challenges.
Right.
Like, we're not addressing real things. She wants him to go meet up with Dan and make up for the way that he treated Dan at the comedy event.
Tell him you sorry.
Because if he wreck her relationship with her core friends, her real true family, because she has issues with her real family, then this could be a problem because they had issues with her exes in the past, and the exes ended up being the ones that have to go. Because what you're not going to do is have a problem with her friends. So she want him to go make up with Dan, but she ain't had nothing to say when they all met up for the first time, his time in America, when Dan was messing with him.
Right.
She ain't nothing to say.
Nothing.
She didn't say, hey, listen, don't mess with my marriage with Sarper because I'm not going to tolerate that. He needs family here. You can't do this. She didn't say shit. He got to bow down to him.
Right.
Some kind of dumbass way, Sarper ends up at Dan's castle. He like, look, I'm just here to talk to you about us. No, says Dan. You gonna take this tour of my castle.
I think you deserve a tour.
No,
what?
Man. What you want to do? What you want to show me for? I'm not about to get excited. I'm not no female. Let's scrap up what we got to do. No, come look at the living room. What you go do? Show me the bedroom too, Sarper said. He said no. Because then I don't want to tell you who was all up in the bed. So see, he being messy. Then he gonna say he was with every girl in the friend group. With a house like that, and as well as you dress, if none of the girls even want to use you just to lay in the castle, it's telling me you ain't talking about nothing. You ain't even good in bed.
Nope.
Like, please.
At all.
And he want to call himself a bad boy. If Sarper had that house, he'll have chicks all around. They wouldn't even care if he had a girlfriend. But if you have that crib, you lonely, trying to take somebody else's girl who you had an opportunity with 3 times.
Yep.
I think she's more than convinced.
It ain't you, bro.
Like, you ain't pulling no chicks with the castle.
Hell no.
We already know what's wrong then.
No.
Because girls want you to have 2 things: the finances, the stability, and more than the third. You know what it is. She wants you to have that working leg. And I don't think you have it. If that castle naked like that, boy, that'll be
that third leg.
3 babies running around, 4 of them. Come on, man. Sarper trying to make up with him, but he like, nah, man, I'm gonna be a bad boy. I'm gonna cause problems. Sarper like, bro, there's no coming to a conclusion with you, huh? Sarper say, man, if it wasn't for me thinking about Shekinah, I'm gonna get deported if I put my hands on him. I think Shekinah wanted him to get deported. That's why she sent them down there. How dangerous? Who gonna break them up?
Right.
Production do not break you up.
She knows he got a temper.
And all this dude want to do is get scratched so he could go report and get you out of here.
Yep.
Shekinah had to get on her knees for him to drop the charges. And he'll let her too. He's such a good friend. I don't believe this. This got to be fake. Because if I was Sarper, I wouldn't have went down there. Under no circumstances. What you think about this?
I think it's a bunch of BS. She made him go down there. He talking about you brave. You very brave. Because, we want to lay hands on him so bad. So bad.
I don't know, man. See, at the end of the conversation, he says we even, right? You got me on stage. I got you when you got here. We're going to call it even and we're going to leave. Which we know that ain't going to be the case. I guess this season going to be about Sarper and Dan.
I guess so. Like, that's so weird. That is so weird. When it should be them getting to know each other and spending time together and doing this married thing, you know?
Who all thinks Sarper should have went down to apologize to Dan? Just let me know in the comment section.
Let us know. Keep it real.
We're gonna
Keep
move
it real.
on.
We don't judge.
To the next couple, Stevie and Mahdi. I don't know what it is with this girl, but she loves Bourbon Street. It's nothing but hot piss down there and naked people. It's not. It's grimy, y'all. I don't get it. She just really don't want to hang out nowhere else. She don't want a roller coaster ride. She don't want to go swimming. She don't want a luxury restaurant dinner, a cruise on a boat. She just really want to hang out at the tassel and all across the booze. She want, I don't know, man.
Without a nakedness out.
The friends didn't even introduce themselves to Maddie. Maddie said, I said, hey.
Like.
The girl to my eye, yeah.
Hey. Whoops. They didn't care if he was standing there or not.
So they wait on his friend Saeed to get there. They all go in, and the burlesque show begins. Mahdi leaves. He don't know why Stevie brought him here. Stevie, like I told him, if it would have bothered him, just communicate. After the show, she goes look for him. Not during. He's out telling production, man, you really got arrested for this where I'm from. It's just processing it, the transition of what you could do. His friend go out, Saeed, they all sit down, they have drinks, they discuss. Maybe you should take some time waiting. Maybe y'all need to live together a little longer. Stevie says, look, Mahdi's paperwork don't allow him to do that. We had to push it up. So we doing what's best for our relationship right now. Saeed said, I got something to tell Mahdi. Stevie may be bisexual. I got some info I need to lay on him. So we have to wait till the next episode to see what's going on with that. But Mahdi is at the table apologizing, saying sorry. He apologized. I like that he apologized to her friend about how he reacted with the news.
Right.
And she accepted it well. But his friend suggests they take some time. He may be having some type of cultural shock. That's why he is agreeing to what Stevie's doing. Stevie say over time she probably will change. Mahdi says he promised her father he's not going to let his Iran mind change his daughter. He don't want to change her. He just want her to respect the relationship and then not get affected by this. I don't know. Do I think this is going to work? I don't know. I think Mahdi won't be in America. You saw Saeed's eyes was wide open for the show. He was like, what? What?
Big cheesing at the same time talking about this is too much.
He ain't leave either.
But you ain't never got up.
He ain't leave and go look for the friend either. He was like, man, I think this is the worst he could get.
He even stayed through the whole show. Why he didn't go check on his friend?
First time seeing it, man. They got me in here now. What you want me to do? Be rude and get up? I won't do that. Guys, y'all let us know what y'all think about Saeed in the comments. Is he being messy and interfering, or no, he's genuinely looking out? Is Stevie by or is she lying? Is Mahdi using her, or he got rights to be mad? Next couple, Mark and Mina. So Mina's sister just arrived in America, and she hadn't seen her sister in a while, and her sister's gonna help her pick out her wedding dress, which really she just go and get fitted. Her and her sister enjoy the moment. They share a locket. Her sister give her some pearl earrings, pearl necklace. I think some things from her mom. And, their parents are no longer here, so they share an intimate moment, a little bond. And later, she takes her over to her house, and she shows her where she lived, the home. She asks her would she stay there, and her sister's like, no, not all year. It's too quiet. And her sister saw the Mark's airplane, and then she was like, I like it. So her sister goes up and goes to bed, and they're going to deal with everything the next day. Mark comes in, and he's suggesting they sign the prenup because he promised her he would include Clayton as soon as he got back home. So they went ahead and they took care of that, and they signed, and they made some peace with it. He didn't need to call his daughter Jordan, and everything's looking good. What do you think?
I mean, everything's on the up and up so far. I mean, but who really knows what's in that prenup that she signed?
I wouldn't have signed it until the lawyer looked over it and verified things for me.
Right.
no way I would have signed it at home. I would have signed it in front of a lawyer. Because just because he's adopting the child don't mean y'all gonna be taken care of.
Right.
You know?
Right.
What if there's something that's released to Clayton and his daughter only when they're 18, which means you have no access to it? What if the ex-wife gets all the assets and the policy?
Right.
You wouldn't have anything. I don't know. Guys, that was Mark and Mina. I'm happy they made peace and her dress looks beautiful and she has her family there for her. She's not lonely. Let us know what y'all think in the comments, but that was pretty much all to Mark and Mina. Moving on to Matt, Annie, and Amani. So they asked Brenda to sit down, y'all. Sit down next to Ray and tell us what's up. She said, only lie about my name, nothing else. Amani want a translator tomorrow when she speak to her in Spanish, so nothing get lost because she don't want to own up to still being married. And Ray changed his mind since the girl done snapped her fingers and said, why you said I was married? He said, hey, maybe I old man, maybe I forget. She told me on paper, but hey. They trying to talk to her, but she just sitting there crying, not saying nothing. She said the only reason all she did was try to protect herself. Her name is kind of her name, Brenda Ani, so she said call her Ani. She can't explain why she was protecting herself. She goes to tell herself or us later on the side that she's ready to tell him when she's ready to tell him in time. But then says the only thing she's lying about is her name.
Right.
They just need to leave us alone. The girl passive aggressive and she ain't gonna tell you the truth about nothing and she probably is still married on paper.
She got secrets. Whatever they are.
I think she got pimp secrets, an ex-husband. Yeah.
A boyfriend on the side.
Matt and them don't know what to think.
Everybody, they go see her in the little club. They buying gifts for her and her child. Like,
when she showed up to the table, Matt say, you know we know. You know we know.
Yep.
This just dumb. They ain't gonna get no answers and it's another white woman crying.
And that's crazy.
Well,
they're gonna get like a whole divorce between them two so they could bring her in and one of them marry her. Like,
just for the sex component, because it's not like you need extra help with the dishes or the pots, the children going to daycare, getting picked up, sweeping, extra chores around the house. It's just for
extra income.
This ain't none of that. This just for in the bedroom.
What?
I ain't got nothing to say, y'all. We're going to move on to the next couple. If you would like to express yourself, the comments are below.
Please do.
Greg and Joan. Greg's getting ready for his first day of work, and his mom wanted to know if some salami and things of that nature would be good for him to eat. And he's like, no, he's fasting. He got to give up a lot of that stuff. He gained weight. He's trying to eat healthy. Joan's making him some lunch, and he's going to take that to go. She also tells him, when you get home, it's whatever you want, babe.
You can whatever you want.
And I don't blame her. She down there making the meal and making sure he get to work. I'm excited for Greg. I like this for him. Later on, we see Lucille cooking downstairs. And Joan come bothering her about going get her dress fitted because it's too big. You just can't spring this up on me, girl. But Miss Lucille says, well, you're my daughter-in-law and I got to take you. So let me turn this food that I'm cooking off, which I thought was crazy, and then go down here and take you. So they get down to the bridal shop, and Lucille wants to know, would you like me to come in and help you get dressed? And Joan says, no, I'm going to be there on the phone with my mom and my sisters, and I just want it to be us. Lucille says, all right, then, well, you don't need my help. I thought that was rude.
Yeah.
I feel like she could have sat on the side, too, while she showed them the dress. They cried. They talked about how they wish they were there. But I just think that was rude to Miss Lucille. You live at the lady house. I don't even like the way she looks at it. Like, she's going with strangers. This is your new family.
Right.
This is your family, and they treating you like family, or they not? If they're not treating you like family, then I see why you acting like this. But from what I see, Miss Lucille is treating you like family, and you are rude. Sometimes the mother-in-law goes with you, right? And she sits off to the side.
Right.
I don't get why she couldn't be there. You already picked the dress. How much input was she going to have?
Right. Even if she could have just sat there and not said anything, not help her with the dress, and just kind of observed her, with her and her family, she would have felt okay with that and felt like she would have been a part.
That's what I think.
But she just, no, I don't need you. Thank you for driving me here.
Yeah, like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Do y'all believe Joan should have acted that way with Miss Lucille? Or she did have a right to keep it private with just her and her family? And that was pretty much it with Joan and Greg. Moving on to the next couple, Shawn and Alliya.
Mm-hmm.
So they go to the beach, and he's teaching her to rollerblade. She's not too into it, but you can tell it's kind of funny. She's having a little fun. And they go on the beach and they talk about, is she trying to do these facial feminization and hormone therapy in a week, in a month? What? How serious is she about this? Alliya says she want to do it in a week. Shawn tells her he's concerned about himself being considered in all of this. And he don't think that their marriage will make it if she does this hormone therapy. And this makes Alliya want to go home. I feel like he just dragging her along and wasting her time. If it's going to bother you to that extent and you see you going to the hospital with her, you see she's serious.
Mm-hmm.
So what we doing? You just using her for the show to be on for this season? Like what?
And he's paying for this stuff.
You paying for the shit. You getting the consultations. You taking her down there and you asking her when she trying to do it. And it's going to affect your relationship. Bro, you want to be with a dude with a bare chest or you want to be with a feminized man? Like, what's up? Pick. It's not even me. He playing with her. Like, you see what she trying to turn into, and you up here talking about if she do it, then the marriage may not survive. What you go let her do it and see if y'all survive?
Yeah, I guess so.
Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments about this dumbass shit. Is this for show or what? Alliya playing dumb? What's going on? Where you at?
I mean, it's like this. He has his age. He likes who he likes. But this person is in transformation and he's still trying to deal with it. I think in all, he's going to pay for whatever Alliya want to do. And the thing is going to have to be a compromise. Whenever it comes down to the intimacy part, you're going to have to take on the deal that we had whenever you was back home and I was in the States. We had an open relationship. So that part there is going to that's going to come back around again. And I ain't going to be surprised.
I don't know. He's still in an open relationship because she don't feel comfortable being a woman because she don't got the woman part. So she don't really want to do it. And he want the man part. So he don't really. Guys, let us know what you think in the description. In the comments about what the hell going on. I ain't got nothing else to say. We out. Peace.